My name is Fletcher Nichols, and I am an extraordinary person, created and designed for success. I believe that everyone who was created before me was created for me, and I owe them the honor of being the best I can be at all times. Therefore, I will always reverence and respect my elders. I will become an example for those younger than I, and I will live peaceably with all men as much as possible. I am talented, skilled, and intelligent, and with hard work and discipline, I will accomplish great things, for I am royalty. Why is that necessary for me to say? Because there are times in my life when I didn't necessarily feel like royalty, and I needed something that I could say to myself to help me understand who I was, who I am, and who I'm gonna become. So it's very important because there was a time in my life when I had some pretty, tough choices to make. There was a person sometime back in my life that did not like me, and the reason was jealousy. And just a word of warning, there's always going to be somebody out there who wants something that you have, and jealousy is what's going to happen. So that was a really, really tough time in my life because this person got to the point where they did not want to see me exist anymore. And that was troubling to my heart. I was afraid. I was trying to figure out how to get past that. What happens when an enemy comes upon you and they decide that they are so jealous of you that they would rather not see you exist? My life was threatened. I was living in my apartment, and there was a time when there was a real threat. Cinder block was thrown through my bedroom window. If I had been there, I would have lost my life. I got telephone threats. I had to report it to the police. It was just devastating for me. At one point, I even had to leave my home. I could have thought about taking that person out before they took me out. Now, those of you who know me would think, no, not Mr. Nick. But I'm telling you, when you're pressed up against a wall, sometimes it's very difficult for you to not think the same way your enemy was thinking. If I could just get rid of him, then my life would be better. I would be free. But I had to think about some things, and I was just about to get married. I had a future ahead of me. I had a job in the educational system, and I knew somehow if I made a decision to take him out, that I would have to deal with the consequences, that he would be gone, but I would be in prison and virtually dead myself. So that was a tough time. What did I do? I decided that I had to look at my future as it was standing, as I was going forth, and what it looked like versus what it would look like if I took him out. That's called my righteous mind. I had to stop and use my righteous mind to make a decision, not my emotion. And so in using my righteous mind and with the help of other people around me, and I'm telling you, that really saved me. With the help of people in the community that knew my plight and knew what was happening to me, telling me, back off, there is another way. Now, I reported it to police. It worked in my favor in the sense that they were aware of it, but because I wasn't willing to press charges, because I knew who the person was, there really was nothing they could do. Finally, and this is the sad thing, I made a choice not to take his life. I made a choice to do all kinds of things to figure out how to not end up being in a bad place myself for the rest of my life. And because of that decision, and because of the direction in which I went, I didn't have to deal with that. But something sad happened after that. I didn't take him out, but someone else did. And so he ended up losing his life, not at my hands, but at someone else's hands. Now, I'm telling you, his death, even though he was my enemy, was devastating to me. As a matter of fact, there were times when I was in the vicinity of his apartment that I couldn't even go past that point because I felt like I could not breathe. It lets you know how the murder of a person affects your life, even if it's your enemy. If you're truly a person who has a heart for another human being, you realize that that life is sacred. And because of the sacredness of his life, I was so broken by the fact that he was not able to figure out a way to live out the rest of his life because somebody else chose to take his life. They didn't create it. I didn't think they had a right to take it away. I didn't have a right to take it away, even though he was threatening me. My thing is trying to find solutions that don't involve the taking of a sacred life. So that's why this affirmation is very important. That's why saying my name is Fletcher Nichols and I am an extraordinary person created and designed for success. I believe that everyone who was created before me was created for me, and I owe them the honor of being the best I can be at all times. Therefore, I will always respect my elders and honor them. I will become an example for those who are younger than I, and I will live peaceably with all men as much as possible. Believe that you are talented, skilled, and intelligent, and with hard work, and it's going to take hard work and discipline, you can accomplish great things. For you and I are royalty.